now I'm going to give everybody a homework assignment, which is to pick up either from the library or on your Kindle the novel Daniel Deronda, which was written by George Eliot, the great 19th century English writer. I think we all read in high school Silas Marner.
Silas Marner, sure.
She wrote Middlemarch. And Daniel Deronda is what's called a proto-Zionist novel, in which the story, Daniel Deronda, is kind of from this very British upbringing. I'm not quite sure, I don't remember the whole story, but as time goes on, Daniel Deronda discovers that he is actually of Sephardic Spanish Jewish heritage.
Oh, I'm going to read that.
You must read it, and indeed, it's one of those thick novels, so good luck. And indeed, the story, as the story plays out, he finds himself going to the Holy Land to try to rebuild a Jewish sovereignty there, which echoes the story of, you tell me his name, Dona Gracia, and she sent, I forget his name, who went to Tiberias, also from Spanish Jewish heritage in I guess, Holland, and went back to the Holy Land to try to set up a Jewish sovereignty. But read Daniel Deronda, maybe we can figure out, maybe Deronda also has some Italian Jewish connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I will look to see what I can find in my Inquisition records as well. And I will encourage anyone who would like to know if their surname, their family's surnames, not just the father's name, but the mother's name, grandmother, grandfather, back as far as you can go. If you follow the directions on the website, just click on RabbiBarbara.com and go to Italian Jewish Roots. And there you'll see what questions to answer. And we'll tell you about the research that we can do and give you an idea of the report that we're able to give you. And you can also go to the DNA sites. Family Tree DNA is one of them. Bennett Greenspan, my colleague, who was a speaker at our Italian Jewish Roots Conference several years ago in New York City, maintains the largest Jewish DNA database in the world. And that will help you with bloodline issues as well.
So if everybody's excited by this, I want to mention that you can go into Rabbi Barbara's website, RabbiBarbara.com. You can click and see a trailer. I think it's about 14 minutes, so it's pretty long, and it gives you a really good sense of the film, and get a sense of what we were doing when we worked together to create the one-hour documentary, The Secret Jews of Calabria, which indeed is available on DVD through Rabbi's website, and I'm sure people are going to be interested.
Well, that was very, very interesting. I almost think there can't be anyone watching that wants to find out a little bit more about their family background, whatever the outcome is. And I can tell you, I've seen the work that Rabbi does through the Italian Jewish Cultural Center and the information that she delivers, and it's just really extraordinary. So whatever your reason is for searching your background, I can tell you that you'll be very happy with the information. Make sure you also visit Rabbi Barbara's site to order your copy of Secret Jews of Calabria. And I think Carl just gave us a second teaser of an upcoming film. On another episode, we got a teaser about Secret Jews, the American Southwest. And I think, Carl, if I kind of listened between the lines here, I saw another secret teaser about maybe we're going to do one about this area in Greece.
Absolutely.
I'm good. I'm ready to book my ticket.
It gets worse because each story leads to another story,
yes,
and each story leads to another movie, and each story leads to another novel. I mean, why did George Eliot, of all the things she did write about, why did she write Daniel Deronda? Somebody out there who's listening to this, do the research. Why did she write Daniel Deronda? Seemingly a story that was totally, an unknown story, and yet there it was. Maybe in a future show, I will tell you. Well, I should say it this way: Rabbi Barbara recently spoke at the Anchin, at the synagogue of the where are they from in Greece? Okay, I got a block on that. But you spoke at their synagogue, and these are Greek Jews. Did you get the name?
No.
Yanina. It's Anshe Yanina.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the Jews of Yanina in Greece, and there are still some there, who are not from the Sephardic tradition, but are Jews who have been in Greece since the time of the Roman Empire. And they were not Spanish-speaking. Their liturgy was in Greek, and they are still around. And actually, one of my Capon cousins was, who I still see when I go to Greece, her mother was from this Romaniot community. So it's horrible, but every single story leads to another one and another film, so we can go on forever.
Well, let me do that for just a second, as one story leads to another, because as I was listening to you, Randy, talk about your grandma saying that you were gypsies, I have a woman that I know through the Cultural Center, and her name is Elizabeth Rome, R-O-M-E, and she and I were talking, and she is Romanian, and she said that there was a time when her family took an R surname, and interestingly enough, Rosen, and that was her name, and she said when her son went back to Romania, realized the name had originally been Rome, R-O-M-E, which would have mean the Roma people is another name for the Jewish gypsies. So it could very well be, Randy, that you took an R name, Rosenblum, the family took an R name, and you have those gypsy Jewish roots.
I'm telling you, I told my family at Passover that Rabbi's going to have us Italian before the end of the year.
Yeah, now where they went from Romania, that's another story. Well, we could help you with that too.
All right.
To be continued.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that concludes another episode of Secret Jews, the Italian Jewish name game. For those of you, again, that are interested in finding out your roots, please visit RabbiBarbara.com, and you'll see the Italian Jewish surname in her services, and you can move on from there. Well, that concludes another episode of Secret Jews, uncovering hidden Jewish history. Please join us again for another compelling, interesting show where we will definitely be sharing some information with you that you haven't heard anywhere else.
Shalom, everyone. Bye now.
Bye. Super.